So while at work on Wednesday night, my girl Choma calls me up and asked me if I was interested in doing a TV program because she was initially scheduled to do it, but due to one or two logistic reasons, she couldn't make it up. So after a brief moment of contemplation, I was like, okay, what the hell? Let me go ahead and try it. So I hung up the phone and then the actual dilemma started. Well, what am I going to wear? How do I present myself? What am I going to say? I've never done this before, but anyhow, I'd already promised her I was going to do it, so I was like, cool. Now, next thing what to wear, called up my sister, asked for one or two favors from her, and then continued on with my night. And I must say the night got really busy and I could barely brush up on anything. So the itinerary was that I was going to be picked up from my place by 10 a.m. and then we head straight to the studio for the show by 11 a.m. But guess what? I finished my work around 8:30 a.m. before I could, do the necessary handover and everything and get off from work and get home. It was like around 9:30 that I got home. Only to reach home and realize that the outfit I actually had in mind to wear when my sister was trying to iron it, some iron holes were left in them, and at this point I couldn't even be angry because it's just clothes. So I started racking my brains. What's the next best thing that I'm going to wear that doesn't require any work to be done at the moment, especially ironing or anything at all? So I had to come up with these, and at the moment, I'm contemplating whether or not I should wear them with these kicks or I should go with the flat shoes, but ultimately, I will decide on that. Meanwhile, guys, my hair is a total mess. My brows haven't been touched in like forever. I have less than 30 minutes to make sure I don't look a mess. I'm not even going to the details of how I didn't even brush up on the topic, but we are not going to look a mess and we are not going to make a mess of ourselves. Let's get ready. So guys, I finally decided to go with the black shoes, and this is what my ensemble was looking like. Your girl is looking put together. Oh my god. Viv the docpreneur is in the building. La petite docteur is in the building. Fine girl Lassa. Oh my god, can your doctor ever? Oh, I forgot that we're not hyping me here. Anywho, we got in the studio just in time for the 11 a.m. show, and when we got there, I realized that so truly shows are not being shot on like actual backdrops. They use a green screen to shoot the shows, because this is what the studio looked like before or while we were shooting, and this is the after what was being aired, because it's a live show. So like I was thinking that it's going to have like the actual backdrop of what they wanted it to look like. Didn't know that they had some juju that they were doing to contour things here and there. But anywho, next time I have the privilege of being in any TV studio, I'm going to ask questions on how they do all these things, because you all know how inquisitive I can be and how I like to learn new things. But anyway, I'm going to insert some clips of what our conversation was in the studio so you guys can have a look at it as well. Also, I forgot one, the number of times you go to urinate in most cases would increase. So let's say during the day you would urinate. On a normal day when you didn't have any infection, you would urinate like 2 to 3 times, but now you see yourself going 5 to 7 times in a day, and even at night you're having to wake up more frequently to go and urinate, when usually you wouldn't even wake up at all to go and urinate. Yes, especially like for anything that affecting the reproductive system, most times would mimic something that is looking like a urinary tract issue. And then sometimes you're having a urinary tract infection, but it's mimicking something that could be looking like the genital infection. So most times when you get to the hospital, there are a lot of questions of we're going to ask. If we're asking you most of these questions, please don't think that we're trying to pry into your personal life. We are just trying to, you know, get to the root of the reason why you are in the hospital. Nothing else, please. So please answer us honestly too, because don't be shy.
Yeah, so a lot of people also shy away from the fact that these things could cause danger later.
Yes.
You don't know, like you said that it could have issues with your kidney if not properly treated.
But in cases where the urine is staying in the bladder for a long period of time, or maybe the valves are no longer working like they should, bacteria stays in the bladder and multiplies and becomes a lot. The body is unable to clear out all of them. Some of them would be able to travel back up into the kidneys. And when they get into the kidneys, the infections cause what we call fibrosis. This is like scarring. You know how when you have an injury and a scar happens, so that's a similar thing that happens to your kidneys, which is not good because the you know, normally like how when the cloth you used to sieve your kunu, for example, if it has any like knots anywhere, it wouldn't be it won't filter properly. So it's the same thing. Scarring happens in your kidneys, it's unable to filter the urine properly, so over time those areas become problematic. Your kidneys start reducing the number of, at first they will try to like overwork themselves to compensate for the scarring that is happening. Over time it can only do that for so long. Over time it will just shut down. Unnecessary use of antibiotics. Not everything that demands antibiotics. Sometimes you just need to rest, eat well, and most of your issues would calm down. But if it's not calming down, you can come to the hospital. We're always waiting for you.
But you know, Nigerians as well, they like that sharp, I'm having a headache, my leg is so numb, I don't want to go to the hospital. They don't follow the due process. And so we tell you, I will go there, I will be on queue or this to see the doctor, the problem and all that. And before you know, they just go to the pharmacy and they just pick up. And sometimes they won't even take the food dose. They will just take that's
another problem. If you're going to start, complete the duration at least. Take it for at least 5 days. At least let's go. Because when you start antibiotics halfway and stop it halfway, your like the organisms you shook them for a bit, and then they are like trying to find how to get back on their feet to survive, because it's the survival of the fittest. They are trying to survive in that environment as well, and then you suddenly brought something that would make them to destabilize their environment, and then all of a sudden you removed whatever you brought to destabilize their environment. They are going to be like, okay, so this is how this thing works. Before he comes back, let's change, let's reorganize our defense, and then they change their genetic structure to be able to resist the drug. And meanwhile, the drug was targeting what they changed. Yes. But when you continue your antibiotics, you don't give them time to go and reorganize and come back and come and resist your medication. So that's why always take antibiotics when it's necessary. If it's not necessary, please just stay away from it. It's not tic-tac.
Anyway, thank you so much, Doctor. So we've learned a lot today on the show's viewer.
So I just finished and I don't even know how I did. I like to think that I did alright. My nerves that were initially like getting the best of me, where I was able to like calm down and like talk once we started talking, and so far so good. I think I did alright, and when I get home I will look at the videos again, because one of the ladies there was so nice to like make videos of me. When I get home I'll look at it and see areas where I will improve, because it seems we have to move this thing from YouTube to TV. Anywho, I'm close to one of my former workplaces. This is the one place that I did my youth service. So I just want to meet and greet a few people that were nice to me during my service period, and just maintain relationships. So thank you all for watching, and make sure you are subscribed. Turn on your post notification to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you all. Bye.